She's finally crossed the line. I don't normally comment on Cassandra Clare. I think I've made one video on her in the past, and I have basically made comments, I think, little fleeting comments, but I've never made a video openly talking about how disgusted I am by her actions. And that's the word I'm going with, disgusted, because it's fitting. It's really fitting. If anyone doesn't know who Cassandra Clare is the woman who wrote the Mortal Instruments series. The Mortal Instruments being the series that Shadowhunters is based off of. It's no secret that Cassandra Clare does not like Shadowhunters. She has made her distaste very clear and very open on her social media accounts. And you know what? Fine. Fine. People are allowed to not like things. That is something that I have said on this channel since I started making these videos. Everyone is open to their own viewpoint on these things. Everyone can have their own opinion. I don't care that Cassandra Clare does not like Shadowhunters. But what this comes down to is that she sold the rights, the show is being made, the show is popular, there's nothing she can do about it. And I think that's what she doesn't like. I have a feeling, and this is just a speculation, it's not a claim or anything, I think Cassandra Clare preferred the movie that was made. The Mortal Instruments movie that bombed really hard over the summer of 2013. I think she preferred that, and she would have liked to have seen more movies being made. I know that's the truth, because she cameoed in the movie, and she advocated for more movies to be made. So she definitely liked the movie. There's just something about the direction that the TV show is going, the people who are casted for the TV show, whatever. There's something about it that she doesn't like. And I fully support her decision to not like it. Just because she wrote the books that it's based on, she is not entitled to like it. She doesn't have to, okay? But what has been bothering me for a long time now is that while simultaneously insulting Shadowhunters, making fun of fans of Shadowhunters who tweet to her, blocking anyone who criticises her in any sense or form about Shadowhunters, she still hung out with the cast. She went to NYCC Comic Con the first year Shadowhunters was released. She talks to the cast, she took photos with the cast. She basically put on this persona anytime she was faced with the cast or the creators, whoever. She put on a face as if she hadn't said all this things on Twitter. And how would the cast know that she had? I'm sure that they don't spend their time trolling Cassandra Clare's Twitter or following everything that Cassandra Clare tweets. Of course they don't. They're busy filming and doing their jobs. Of course they don't know. All they know is that the author of the Mortal Instruments is coming to visit them on set, and she obviously must like the show and like their acting and like how it's going because she's visiting them. After season 2 that stopped, and I'm glad that that stopped, because it was beginning to bother me how two-faced it was and how hypocritical she was being, because she clearly wasn't saying to the faces of the cast what she'd been saying on her social media. I'm sure she didn't tell Emery Tobia that she thought she looked like a prostitute when she met her on set. Definitely not, you know? And most of us who like Shadowhunters and aren't a fan of the books, we have just gotten on with it. We have resigned ourselves to the fact that Cassandra Clare is just going to be bitter on her Twitter and her Instagram for the rest of the run of the show, whether it's because it's successful and she doesn't like that, or whatever. There's nothing she can do about it. It's happening, so she's just being bitter. We just have to move on with that and accept that. Fine. Something that boils my blood, though, and you'll understand in a minute after what I'm going to reveal that happened over the week, is that in her Twitter bio, you can check it out yourself, in her Twitter bio, the first thing that she writes is creator of Shadowhunters. For one thing, she's not the creator of Shadowhunters. I think anyone with a brain understands that. Shadowhunters is based off work that she produced, but she did not create Shadowhunters. There are a lot of plot lines that are extremely different from the books, the way the characters talk, interact with each other. Basically everything apart from the basic skeleton of the plot is not hers. But she still claims to be the creator of Shadowhunters, and this is simultaneously while continuing to bash it. Continuing to spread false information about it. Continuing to insult any fan who tweets her saying that they like Shadowhunters. I remember hearing, like, last year, a fan got blocked because they told her that they still liked the books, but they preferred the show. Yeah, that's who we're dealing with here. But why am I speaking out now? Why am I suddenly making my opinion on this known? Well, she called Alec a rapist. I didn't beat around the bush here. She called Alec a rapist. On her Instagram account, someone wrote that something along the lines of they prefer the show and the books in equal measure, and Cassandra Clare replied with, "Oh, so you prefer the one where Alec marches down Wilders to their death and rapes Magnus. You do you." That's not funny. That's not even a joke. I think the reason I'm so bothered by this is just that everything has been building up and up to this point. It's all been building up to this moment where she would cross the line. A bit of history. Anyone who has been around on my channel since I started reviewing season 2 of Shadowhunters, you would know that there was an episode, I think it was 7, where people started complaining and saying that Shadowhunters was homophobic because they didn't show Magnus and Alec having sex. Or getting it on or about to have sex or whatever it is they wanted to say. And it was one of my most popular review videos at the time because the title was Shadowhunters is not homophobic. Which is, it isn't. It still isn't. But I will admit, the sex scene that was proceeding from that moment in episode 7 was portrayed very awkwardly. Even I thought that there was a bit of a dubious consent thing going on because it was very fast and rushed. But not for 1 second did I entertain the fact that Alec raped Magnus. For one thing, they wouldn't write Alec raping Magnus. Of course they fucking wouldn't. Why would they? That is dumb. It's beyond dumb. But anyway, we found out later, I think it was episode 18 of Shadowhunters Season 2B, we found out that it wasn't shown intentionally, because then Magnus had flashbacks about what happened when they went into that room. And it is very clear there is consent on both ends. They're smiling, they're grinning at each other, they're caressing each other's faces. There's consent, okay? There's consent. But the fact that Cassandra Clare is spreading this misinformation because there are people who follow her who have only read the books and they think that the show has portrayed Alec as a rapist. Shadowhunters has become a very important show on TV right now. It has inspired thousands of LGBT youth. Magnus and Alec in particular. Magnus and Alec have become LGBT icons, full stop. They have become the icons that, in theory, should have been created when the books were written, but because they were written so badly in the books, that didn't happen. But now they're in the forefront of media. They are known. People write articles about Malak, they praise Malak, they talk about their experiences and how Malak helped them. Alec Lightwood helped me. And this was when I was reading the books. Alec Lightwood helped me accept who I was. And come to the realization that maybe if I was gay it didn't fucking matter. Because, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. And that's why it boils my blood so much that Cassandra Clare has gotten so bitter and so petty that she has decided to say that the character she created in the first place, who has done way worse shit in the books, is a rapist? That's not funny! That's not even like, that's beyond petty! This is a grown-ass woman we're talking about here. This isn't some child. This isn't some 10-year-old writing random shit at the keyboard. This is a grown woman. I need to acknowledge the apology. Cassandra Clare made an apology for what she said. She said she took the comment that she made down immediately. She did not. It was up on her social media account, her Instagram, for 3 days before she took it down. So she started her apology with a lie, but what can you expect? We're going to get serious for a moment. In her apology, Cassandra Clare talks about an experience that she personally had with rape. Rape is a very serious issue, and it should not happen to anyone. It is not something that anyone should endure. So I am sorry that you went through that, Cassandra Clare, and I am not going to touch on that when I'm talking about your apology. The problem is, though, she never acknowledges what she says about Alec. She says she took down the comment immediately, which is a lie. She talks about her experience, which is horrible, and she should not have had to have gone through that. But it's not about what she said. She makes a comment saying that we should care more about women and rape victims than we should about fictional men. And yeah, we should. But that doesn't stop you from apologising for what you said. And basically this apology ends, no apology, no acknowledgement for what she did. And she's basically saying, oh, I don't make a joke out of rape, blah 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 blah. She basically says she doesn't make a joke about rape, but she made a joke about rape. It's not even a joke, she tried to claim it as fact. So that's not an apology. And I don't know if maybe I've missed her acknowledging what she said, but it hasn't happened from what I've seen yet. Cassandra Clare has said a lot of shit. She has said a lot of shit over the years, and I've just accepted it. Alright? This crossed the line for me. This crossed the line for a lot of people. And that is what the Alec Lightwood Defence Squad is. Right now on Twitter, there's a hashtag Alec Lightwood Defence Squad, and I encourage you to add to it. Because this has tarnished the reputation of an LGBT icon who went through so much in the show, inspired so many people, and the author of the books that the show is based on is trying to slander that, just because the show has reached a popularity that she could not imagine and she does not like it. So please add to it. What the Alec Lightwood Defence Squad is on Twitter is that people tweet what they love about Alec, what is great about Alec, about the fact that Alec is not a rapist, that rape is not a joke, that this is not something that you can throw at anyone, fictional or not. This is a woman who made Sebastian, Clary's brother, attempt to rape her in the books. Actual rape. Incestuous rape. She made Maya go back to her abuser in the book and have sex with him. The man who apparently scarred her for life, who ruined her entire life. She goes back to him in the books. The books where Alec throws biphobic comments at Magnus over and over again and doesn't apologise for it. Not fucking once. And we're supposed to take the fact that she can just throw that at Shadowhunters when they've fixed all of that shit? I don't think so. I would throw your books into a charity bin if I had one right now. And you know what? I fucking am. I'm going to get rid of my books. Because I'm done with you. You're a disgrace of a human being, Cassandra Clare. And until you apologise for what you've done, no one is going to shut up. You had a problem problem with people pointing out what was wrong with your books? Well, you know what? We have a problem with you lying about the show. And we're not going to be quiet about it. And this is my video saying, this is me saying I'm not taking that from you. I'm not taking anything from you anymore. Your books are going in a charity bin. I would burn them, but that's a waste of books. Maybe someone will find enjoyment out of them somewhere. And you can go and be bitter on Twitter all you want. It's not going to work though. People are not going to be quiet when you say things like this because, believe it or not, it's a serious accusation. So, if you want to continue lying, slandering, being a fucking child, you do you, Cassandra Clare. In your own words, you do you. Continue to be a disgrace of a human being. You do you.